Welcome to Minute of Meaning, a sanctuary where we pause to explore the deepest whispers of the human spirit. If you are feeling exhausted today, carrying a weight that seems far too heavy, please know that you are safe. We often find ourselves stuck in a hallway of waiting, wondering why the doors ahead remain locked tight against us. It is easy to believe that this delay is a punishment, or perhaps a sign that you have been forgotten. But what if this silence is not an absence of guidance, but a protective embrace meant to shield your soul? Today, we will journey together through the valley of waiting, finding the hidden treasures buried deep within the dark soil. Let us reframe your current struggle, not as a failure, but as a necessary chapter in your great life story. You are not falling behind in the race of life. You are simply pausing to gather strength for the climb. The universe writes straight with crooked lines, and your path is being crafted with more care than you can imagine. Let us begin by understanding the first truth, that a delay is often a divine form of preparation for you. Think of the clay on the wheel. It must be centered and pressed before it can rise into a vessel. When an arrow is pulled back, it is not retreating. It is gathering the potential energy needed to fly forward. The closed doors you face are not rejections, they are redirections, saving you from places you are not ready for. Just as the earth rests in winter to prepare for spring, your spirit needs this dormancy to bear future fruit. The most critical growth always happens in the dark, where no one sees the roots stretching deep into the ground. You are being prepared for a destiny that is too heavy for your current character to carry without this training. This waiting period is refining your character, teaching you patience, humility, and the strength to handle the success coming. Like the ocean shapes the stone, these trials are smoothing your rough edges so you can fit into your purpose. God is assembling the puzzle pieces of your life, and He holds the final piece that completes the entire picture. Trust that the timing is perfect, even when the night seems long and the dawn feels like it is delayed. Now, let us distinguish between the exhaustion of striving and the peace of resting in a higher, divine plan. Much of your tiredness comes from fighting the current, trying to force outcomes that are not yet meant to be. True spiritual rest is learning to float, trusting that the river of life knows exactly where it is flowing. You have been carrying the burden of making it happen all by yourself, but that is not your job. Surrender is not giving up. It is handing over the controls to a power that can see the whole map. Observe nature. It does not rush or strain, yet everything is accomplished in its own perfect and beautiful time. Your soul needs rest just as your body does. Cease the constant planning and allow yourself to simply be today. The wheat does not pull itself up from the ground. It trusts the sun and rain to bring the growth. When you stop striving so hard, you create a space for grace to enter and do the work for you. Be like the mountain, grounded, stable, and unshakable, regardless of the storms that may pass quickly around you. Focus on the small, simple tasks in front of you and leave the outcome of the future to God. Stop rowing so hard against the wind. Raise your sails and let the Spirit propel you forward with ease. Take a deep breath right now. Inhale faith and exhale the anxiety that is settled in your chest. There is a rhythm to your life that is benevolent. You do not need to force the doors open. Walk with the trust of a child who knows they are being led by someone who loves them infinitely. This brings us to the value of being hidden, the time when you feel invisible to the world around you. Being hidden is not a punishment. It is a protective incubation period necessary for your true identity to form. Great art is created in solitude before it is ever revealed to the gallery for the public to critique. You are currently in the foundation stage. The deeper the foundation, the higher the structure can eventually rise. Do not fear obscurity. It is in the shadows that you learn to shine without the need for applause. Use this time to study, to learn, and to become the person who can sustain the blessing coming. Like the Chinese bamboo tree, you are growing an extensive root system to support sudden and rapid growth later. The fire of this season is forging your spirit into steel, making you unbreakable for the battles of life. Diamonds are formed under pressure and in the dark. You are a gem in the making, awaiting discovery. Embrace this season of solitude, for it is here that you hear the voice of your own soul clearly. Your influence will eventually ripple out to many, but first, you must find peace within your own center. Stability is more important than visibility. Seek to be strong and rooted rather than just seen and known. God is tuning the instrument of your life so that when the time comes, you will play a beautiful melody. The light will come. The curtain will rise. But for now, cherish the quiet rehearsal behind the scenes. So how do we practice spiritual rest in our daily lives while we wait for this season to pass? First, give yourself permission to stop, to sit, to breathe, to not be productive for a moment. Disconnect from the noise of the world and the constant comparison that makes you feel you are behind. Shift your focus from what is missing to what is present. Gratitude is the quickest path to peace. Trust the process of life. Believe that you are exactly where you need to be at this moment. Release the tight grip of control. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf them. Be a lighthouse. Stand firm in your faith and let your light shine, regardless of the surrounding darkness. Turn your worries into prayers. Every time you feel anxious, use that energy to speak to the divine. Remember that after every storm, the air is cleaner, the ground is watered, and new life begins to grow. Your life is unfolding perfectly. Do not try to pry the petals open before the flower is ready. Walk forward with faith, taking just one step at a time, trusting the lantern to light your feet. Lean on those who love you. You were not designed to carry the weight of the world alone. As the sun sets on your worries, know that a new day is already being prepared for you. Find comfort in the warmth of the present moment. This is the only place where life actually exists. Ground yourself in nature. It reminds us that growth is slow, silent, and absolutely unstoppable in its time. Let your spirit be like this water, clear, fluid, and able to move around any obstacle in its path. Look up at the stars. The same power that holds them in place is holding your life together. Now, as we prepare to close, let us enter a time of prayer and setting a powerful intention. I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and open your heart to receive these words. Dear God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to wait. Please remove the heavy burden of anxiety from my shoulders and replace it with a spirit of deep peace. Help me to trust that even in the silence, you are working on my behalf in ways unseen. Wash away my fears and doubts and fill the empty spaces of my heart with your divine confidence. Give me the patience to endure this season of hiddenness, knowing that my roots are growing strong and deep. Comfort my tired heart, Lord. Let me feel your presence like a warm blanket on a cold winter night. Illuminate my path when the time is right, and until then, give me the grace to rest in you. I surrender my plans, my timelines, and my desires to you. Your will be done, not mine. May I sleep tonight with the assurance that the universe is holding me and my future is secure. And when I wake, may I have new strength to walk the path you have laid out for me. I choose to focus on the light, even when I am surrounded by shadows. My hope is in you. Bless my family, my work, and my waiting. Turn this season of drought into a harvest of joy. Thank you for the victory that is already on its way. even if I cannot see it yet. We seal this prayer with faith and expectation. In your holy name, we believe and we receive. Amen. Take a moment to feel the shift in your spirit. You are not the same person who started watching. Walk forward today with your head held high. You are prepared, you are loved, and you are ready. Thank you for sharing this minute of meaning with us. May your heart remain full of peace and hope. If this message touched your soul, please subscribe and share it with someone who needs this comfort today. Until next time, remember, your waiting is not in vain. Keep the faith. Goodbye, and God bless you.